Well, hello guys, hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so we're looking at King William and why he's got this lawyer involved, and I know exactly why, okay, with my spidey senses. But before we go into that, I've got a cracking story to tell you, okay, so but feel free to, when you see the cards, but I don't think you want to miss this one. Anyway, so basically, the day before yesterday, well, my day was going all so well. It was pretty windy, and I was sat by the pool, relaxing, when a sunbed flew across and hit me in the face. So that was one. Bearing in mind, I'd already hit my head on the canopy, where they have them metal frames. I'd hit my head twice on there. I'm useless, mate, honestly. I might be clever, I might be slightly intelligent, but clumsy, I am. I'd walk into a door even if it wasn't there. So, and I've done that before, haven't you, with a glass door? Oh God. But anyway, this is the funny part. So we went out for something to eat. I was all glammed up, I was feeling good, and we goes to this restaurant my husband had seen in the day, and he said, oh come on, let's try there. So I said all right. So we went out, and I fancied a nice steak, I did. So went into the restaurant, came over, got us a drink. I said, oh, what's your most tender steak that you've got? So he said, have you tried the gammon? So I said, gammon? So he said, yes. I said, I didn't think you was allowed gammon in Egypt, it's from a pig. I went, no, it's okay. So I said, all right then. So I said, I tell you what, I'll have two fried eggs and some pineapple with it, because that's what we do, don't we, in the UK? That's what we have it with. Oh, I was sat there thinking, this is great, this is great. Anyway, it came. I'll show you a picture in a minute. Anyway, I said, oh, that's steak. I said, I asked for gammon. So he said, no, camel. So I was like, camel. Anyway, I started laughing. I knew it was too good to be true. So I thought, I've never tried it. So I said, okay, I didn't moan or anything. And my husband was laughing his head off, because the guy said to me, he went, well, I knew when you walked in you was a camel girl. And my husband said, off cue, yeah, she's always got the hump. And then this walked by, and I could eat no more, okay, but I did try it, and I looked pleased with it, and I said thank you, but no, I don't think I'd be doing that again. So yeah, it was camel, not gammon, I was ordering. Anyway, okay, let's crack into this. I told you I'd try and keep this as short as possible. As well, I'm going to do a few answers and questions. So on this video alone, send me some questions in the comments, and then tonight I'll do what I did before and do an outside view, obviously away from all the kiddies and nursery rhymes. All right, but it was nice to hear and want it. Okay then, so yeah, everybody's saying, oh, he's getting divorced and this, that and the other. Is he bollocks? I know somebody else who's getting divorced there. Hint, hint. Okay, so why did William employ the lawyer of his late mother? Because he knows something is coming, okay, something is coming. Well, I'll just tell you, okay, it's secured Diana's lawyer, so Meghan can't, okay. Everybody was talking and saying things and this, that and the other. It is purely that, okay. There's a great change coming the way, so it would be a conflict of interest. Is this the true reason? Has William chosen the solicitor to prevent Meghan from doing so? Absolutely, okay. Look at that, absolutely. Meghan's shopping around. First thing she's going to want to do is use Diana's lawyer. She's going to try and mimic everything. She wants a jet, she wants 600,000 a year, 20 odd million in settlement and more. So of course he does. So the King's lawyers are tied up, and now Diana's lawyers are on with William. He's secured them. He doesn't really have anything legal to do, and as well, this is how you would reason it. Why didn't he do it 2 years ago? Why didn't he do it, you know, when Charles became king? Why didn't he do it, you know, a month ago, 6 months ago? He's doing it now because we all know what's going on. There's great changes to come. And he is not allowing Meghan to have access to Diana's lawyer. Divorce lawyer. How does Meghan feel now she knows that she's been outwitted and outmaneuvered by William regarding this? Well, she'll still, you know, forge ahead. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if this, you know, woman tries everything in the world, you know. I mean, that car chase story still looks as if it's coming up as well. So, what's she doing? What's she doing? What's she doing? This is the car. How does Meghan feel? Oh, is she going to start claiming that, you know, the same thing is going to happen to her? Is that it? Is that it? Is she going to make out the, you know, the car accident is a well, no. Yeah, it was well, it was an accident, but we all know the reasons. I know, drunk driving and that, but where was we going there? Where was we going? Oh yeah, so is Meghan wanting to speak out and say the same thing that happened to Diana will happen to her? Yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. And you'll have friends speaking out as well. There's something going on here with Diana's story and Meghan Markle. I do feel like, I think I said the other day actually that there was something legal going on and then that broke, but I was too hungover yesterday, I'm sorry. Who thinks they can have 7 Allen teas and get away with it without throwing up and not being able to get up till dinner time? Oh dear. Anyway, I was having a great time. But yeah, so yeah, you've got talking about it as well. Talking about it. Did Meghan intend to use, or was she considering using Diana's divorce lawyer? Absolutely. There you go, look. There you go, you know. Yeah, wanting to do it the royal way. Wanting to do it Diana's way. How many of us was in the bed? Well, I hear you're quite up for that, love. I can't believe it. He's outwitted her. He's outwitted her. What made William think of this? Because not even I did. Because you know what? Until things start happening, you don't see things, do you? You know, Meghan probably wasn't thinking of her divorce a couple of years ago. See, it's the detail. It's the absolute detail. Oh, if you can hear that noise, it's the partying outside already. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. I'll try and denoise it for you. In fact, it would help if I shut the door. 1 second. Yeah, she doesn't do the details, does she? But, you know, like I say, everything, most of Meghan is, okay, she does make mistakes. We all do, you know. But forgetting to sign your business paperwork on time and all like that and repeating it, now that is intentional. Now, going back to the solicitors, okay, I'm not sure. So now Diana's lawyers have been snapped up. You've got King Charles's lawyers, the best ones. You've got Prince William's, Diana lawyers, the best ones. And then Harry, well, he's got about, I don't know, has he got about 30 lawyers on the go? So this doesn't leave Meghan with much choice. Let's have a look, you know. So between Harry, the King, and William soaking up all the lawyers, where does this leave Meghan? Not very good. Yeah, you know, people, she will try to go to people, and she obviously has been trying as well. The word will be on the street there, but you know, she's getting it's too late for her. You know, it's too late for the good ones. I mean, she might get a couple of meatheads in the USA, but certainly these ones as well were used to dealing with the royal family and hold a lot of secrets. No one will take a risk on her. No one. Will anyone be mad enough to take on Meghan in a divorce? Well, I think they'll. It's something Meghan has been worrying about, and I also see as well that certain lawyers would be worried too. Everybody's hesitant with Meghan because, you know, she'll just scream and shout at you. So can you imagine what she's going to be like with the lawyers involved in a divorce? She's not going to be happy at all. And I don't think, you know, what do potential divorced lawyers? Has Meghan approached any lawyers about divorce? Well, she's not as important as she thinks she is, you know. So I think solicitors and lawyers, I'm going to say lawyers because I think it's on the US side. I don't think she's unrealistic. I think they would tell her she's been unrealistic and, you know, you're denying an underlying truth where love is concerned. And that is because she thinks their divorce is worth more than anybody else's, okay? So she wouldn't. She's worrying about it. Has Harry contacted divorce lawyers or sought advice regarding a divorce? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's coming quickly as well. He looks to be in a good position, obviously because he's got money and who he is and his title. I was just checking the camera's still going. So yeah, I think he has, and it looks like it is positive on his side. What has Meghan been told in no uncertain terms, you know, from her divorce lawyer side? Oh well, you know, we can do a good job for you. You know, there'll be some cowboy willing, but I don't think it's a cowboy. You know, I think it's one of the biggest of the biggest in the States. So have you seen him? Look, you know, both lawyers are telling him, you know, that things are looking good. Yeah, we can represent you. So she'll find somebody, but this is by connections. Is Meghan using her friends, so-called friends, to access a lawyer? I would say none of her friends really want to get involved. None of her friends, okay. One friend, two friends, I don't know how many she's got. I think she's got more freckles than she has friends. But she is, she'll be on edge, but I think her mates are on edge, her friends as well. So maybe they don't want to get the husbands involved, maybe because they don't want to be associated with it. But I definitely think, you know, is there a connection in the Biden administration contact? Yes. And, you know, it is a plan she will follow as well. So she'll be slightly gutted about Diana's lawyer not being available. How is Meghan feeling towards William given that move? This is definitely an air about Diana, so it's like she's been outmoved and she doesn't even know it. She's been outmoved and she doesn't even know it. I think she's, you know, she's definitely worried and on a knife's edge because the last thing that she wants is Harry to be accepted into the family again. You know, his family, no matter what, you know, we don't like what he's done and everything, and somebody quite rightly said mental health is not, you know, an excuse for what he's done, and I wouldn't say that either, you know, it's not. He's, even with mental health and some of, I think apart from schizophrenia, every other mental health condition, you actually do have fluctuating capacity and know what you're doing, okay? Depression can send you over the edge, but it doesn't mean, you know, it's that you get away with murder. She doesn't like to see happy families, does she? You know, she's going to be the odd one out. What is William's next move against Meghan, if any? He's waiting for stuff that's, you know, in the past coming out into the future. The world wasn't ready for it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But I've told you before, the FBI have sat down with William. He flew out somewhere as well. You got MI5, he's visited there. He's seen evidence as well. It's not leaking at all. The information's there. It's just when the press will pick up on it. Just making sure you can see this. Let's have a look. I'm getting sticky subjects, sticky subjects, sticky subjects. So obviously when Meghan's brought up, or Harry, it's always a tricky thing, isn't it? How does William feel about the press not reporting on Meghan and Harry? No, just on Meghan. Well, you know, he sees his, all he's bothered about is Catherine. All he's bothered about is his darling Catherine. And she is beautiful, you know. You have these people in your family and you think, they're so nice, you know. They cook, they bake, they go out, they do good things for people. They're intelligent, they shine through. They don't rush with their emotions, you know, or to have a go back. She's just an all-round beautiful person, you know. Anyway, but I think as well, he sees the press now as focusing more on Catherine than anything else. What does William know about Meghan and her Sussex squad and the attacks on his wife? There you go. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so, you know, you can pay a retainer to Diana's lawyer and just keep her on side, or you can actually as well, you know, once you've got your information, start moving forward. And I do feel like legal action is coming. So you've got the police involved already. I mean, all those threats and what happened? What happened to, you know, all those people on X who was slagging Catherine off? Well, the people responsible for the attacks on his wife Catherine, will they, you know, face criminal charges? It looks like it. Everybody on social media who was doing those things at the time, you've got your bots as well, but you've got real people here, even newscasters and reporters, and it was just handled so badly, and it was as if they've been waiting for years, you know, to like throw Catherine under the bus. I think they're working through things on the social media posts. What does William know about the children, okay, Archie? Worried for them. Obviously, they both know what it's like. They have children of their own, especially like as a royal child, and you know the challenges that they face as parents, and also their children as well, making sure, you know, that they don't go on social media and all that kind of thing. Really, it's he sees that, you know, these children are in trouble. She's made everybody's life a misery. So it goes to show children are not off limits either. I also feel like, you know, this has been going on for a long time. A lot of drama with Archie, specifically. What does William know about Lily that we don't? That the people, you know, that the Lily he's seeing isn't the Lily that is there. What does he know about Meghan? That she's kidding herself if she thinks this situation ain't going to come out. That's what it is. Does William know of any impending action that will reveal the truth about Harry's children? She's always deliberately staring, you know, so the photo shopping as well. I think somebody's going to be deliberate in coming out with this. Now, I've had this before with her, and this is my problem, and it's a lot of other people's problem as well. How can you do that to your children? You know, that's the problem I have. Why don't you just not say anything? Why didn't she just, you know, why did she have to do all the things she did in the carrying Archie, the pregnancy, the bump, the up and down of it all? And you know, you can't believe that somebody would do this to your own children. It's going to proper screw them up. And I agree. I absolutely agree. I mean, she's ruined them kids' lives before they've even been born. I think I've mentioned before, you know, I found out at 12 years old that my loving father wasn't biologically a man, and I should just never have known. All it did was cause pain, and I'm 50 years old, and, you know, sometimes it still bothers me. And I know it shouldn't, but it does. I mean, I speak to my dad every single day. I love him to bits. We've never ever had a cross word in my life with him, never, and he's never ever told me off neither, not even when he should have been actually. But, you know, he's a good man, and of course he is my father, he brought me up. But, you know, what I'm saying is, can you imagine these kids, what they're going to go through with, you know, people like me, and I know there was others as well. If we've suffered like that, and then that comes that, you know, surrogacy, all the news reports, all, you know, saying he doesn't exist and his sister doesn't exist and this, that and the other. I just feel like their kids' lives are ruined already. Archie will be alright. Lily won't be. She'll be angry, angry, angry. She'll get a lot of traits from her mother, unfortunately, but, you know, Archie seems to do well. He comes into the family and it's beautiful and it's lovely, and he's a good kid. I think he'll give his George and Louie a good run for the money as well, you know. I think I'd love to see them play all together. I love to see children and imagine what their future is, and, you know, how bright it can be before they get ruined by the world itself and social media. What does William know about Harry and getting a divorce from Meghan? Harry is stuck, you know, in that situation. He's stuck in that situation. He's not with her, but he is stuck in that situation. So William sees that Harry has been, you know, a bit of a coward, a lot of a coward actually. But Harry is scared to death of Meghan and what will come out. I mean, you know, what's the worst that could be said about Harry? What's the worst that Meghan could say about Harry? No, he's never there, you know, that it's his fault. She's going to say that he wouldn't go along with something. He wouldn't go along with something. So I think, you know, the worst is that they've broken up a while ago. but not committed, or what's the worst thing? He's not something. He's not something. Would she say to, would she tell people Harry isn't the father of her children? Absolutely. Absolutely. That he was a shit dad and this, that and the other. He didn't want to be involved as well. That he don't want to see his children or have anything to do with them. She's going where the children are. She's going where the children are as well. No, this is going to be... this is something else. This is something else. Either he's not a true father, or that he hasn't wanted to be involved and left everything to her. As you can see, she's carving out the narrative that she's always with him, with the children, and he's not. Is Harry the biological father of the children? Just yes or no, please, guys. Oh, dear me. She's going to blame Harry. She's going to blame Harry and say about not having children. We had to go this route because of Harry. We had to go this route because of Harry. So let's do this again. Just try it again. Because I actually do believe he's the children and not, he's the father. Not because they have red hair or anything, but I know for her, she already, before the wedding, told Harry she was pregnant. That's how he got to, he had to propose, okay? So, I mean, when you do something like that to him, forcing the hand, you don't, it's not true, is it? It's not true love. It's not like, oh, he proposed to me because he loved me. He proposed to me because I told him I was pregnant and I wasn't. So that is definitely, I would swear blind on that. I would put my life on it for sure. That's what happened. And I also believe that, she's going to say there wasn't sure whether, Harry could get pregnant naturally. That's what she's going to say. So it's not about him not being the father. I absolutely believe he's the father. So she's coming from that angle. So how is Meghan feeling about divorcing Harry? Well, it's her own actions, isn't it, that have done it. The worst thing you could do to Harry is put his kids in the spotlight and use them all the time. That would have been a tipping edge, and it would have been discussed a long time before it happened. Well, going back last year, some of these photos and pictures are from last year, because Archie is not with Meghan. And she'll be blaming everybody else, blaming money, blaming Netflix, blaming William, blaming the King, Catherine, just blaming everybody else but herself. When will we hear? Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. They're at each other's throats, okay? Five of Pentacles, both reversed as well from different decks. Yeah, he's blaming her, he's blaming him, she's blaming him, he's blaming her, so, and other people. When will this happen? So I see less than 5 years, so where has it been with 5 years? Because I know they've been together longer than that. We're getting, of course, Megxit. I think that was 5 years as well. So you won't hear they're getting divorced. The speculation, because that's already going on. You'll hear it as a fight. Look, she's already, is Meghan using all her tricks to make Harry look bad. And have you noticed in the last few months, all Harry is getting is hit after hit after hit. yeah, look, she's going to tell lies as well. She's going to reveal things that, you know, you wouldn't want knowing. So she is behind a lot of his criticisms, to be fair. That Cinta Barley, I still think she has a hand in it somehow. I know she's had a role to play in it, but, you know, the leaking and the constant talking about things as well. She's just putting lie out after lie. So all these puff pieces, I think that Pov guy, he does a lot of small headlines as well. And I think, you know, I don't watch all, I try not to watch the channels all the time because I'm too busy, but also I just noticed the hit piece, you know, the fluff coming out. Harry this, Harry that, Harry's gutted, Harry wants this, Harry wants that. So although the Cinta Barley thing is coming from Dr. Sophie and Harry, I feel it's Meghan, you know, with the after bits, adding bits on and bits on and bits on. Okay, outcome for Meghan then in this. Well, you know, I think she's going to be told to shut up and talk less and less and less. I mean, you know, everything she's doing at the moment is just crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I've made some stupid mistakes in my life, but, you know, she is a whole new level. She's like 10 levels of all of us, I think. We'll see how she's not going to be happy. She won't get what she wants. That's what it is. She won't get what she wants. What about Harry? Harry, what will be the outcome for Harry in this? More stress, more pressure as well. His own wife is attacking him, you know. She's attacking him and she's going to do it even more. And then he thinks, so, you know, he listens to her cry and says, it's not me, Harry, it's not me. Outcome for William in a divorce situation with Harry and Meghan. Well, they can't step in. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they want to do either, okay? At times, I think, you know, all I can say is if it was my brother and we fell out, I would still think of him, even if I thought he'd been nasty and evil to me. And I would still love him, but I wouldn't trust him and I wouldn't go near him if his wife was like that. You know, I'd stay well away. So that's the reasoning, okay, because of Meghan. What's the outcome for King Charles in a divorce of Harry and Meghan? Well, he's going to have to support his son, you know, and that would be financially, that would be like legal as well. I feel like it's at a distance, you know, so King Charles does know things that are going on. And what else? Time's ticking away. Time's ticking away for him. Lost time. That I'm getting, you know, that's what I'm getting. Lost time. You see, I don't know. People fall out with the parents all the time, on and off, and sometimes for years, and then come back in to the fold. And I think, you know, it was a complete shock, really, with Harry, how far he took things. So the King's saying how far he took things, did Harry. Because as you know, he wasn't no angel, you know, before his mum passed or after. I mean, he was a little kid, so can't really say that, but, you know, obviously he was rebelling at times. What's the outcome for Catherine in this? You know, she just cares about the children, doesn't she? And as well, you know, Harry is vulnerable. I mean, they know all the conversations that they had, all the tears behind the scenes that, you know, Harry shared. And, you know, he's always been People say, oh, he's a young man. He's not a young man, he's a grown man. He's a father. He's a lawyer when he wants to be, you know. He's an athletic when he wants to be. He's a founder of several charities when he wants to be, you know. You can't have it always. He's immature, that is for sure. But, you know, I think, again, it's, you know, Catherine will just think of their children. Their children. Will the royals then, so Catherine, William, actually there's one person I missed, Camilla. What will be the outcome for Camilla in Harry and Meghan divorce? See, I was right. I was right. That's what she's going to say. And Harry will apologise, okay? You will see a completely different side to Harry after this. But I do feel on his life's plan, he has had to go through this and do these things. You know, he's good, bad and evil all at the same time. And yeah, I do feel like he'll definitely have a lot to apologise for. And see that he was in the wrong, but she will also feel like she was in the right, and it was the right judgment to let him go and not try and step in and anything, you know, because all you've got, it's Meghan. Meghan is the biggest problem in this family. Right, I'm going to ask for the children. Outcome for Archie. That's how I feel. How will he feel? I think he has to, you know, he's taken away somewhere. And I mean, don't put up in a hospital institution or anything like that. But, you know, I don't know if this little lad has any friends. I think he does. Not many, but I think he does. I don't know, I get this. It's going to take a lot of effort here with Archie. And of course he's not going to be happy if his mum and dad aren't together anymore. You know, there's a difference in saying he's working away or she's staying at hotels and everything. So I don't feel like it's, you know, it's a bit chaos. And it's going to take a while for it to calm down as well, because Meghan will use the children, look, you know, using the children again and again and again. In photos, for jam, for scams, for divorce, for sympathy. This isn't what Archie wants. What's the outcome for Lily? She doesn't get to escape, okay? She doesn't get to escape. I said many moons ago, you know, I see Archie going into the royal family very well, fitting in well. But with Lily, she gets treated differently, and that in itself will be a problem as well, that she's treated differently to Archie, I'm afraid. So, you know, she can't, and bless her. I just feel bless her, that's it, you know, I just feel bless her. Children, children, poor children, that's what I get, poor children. Okay guys, that's it from me today. If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments and subscribe. And don't forget, in this video only, just, you know, give me a question and I'll do them tonight, okay? We'll get on the old camera and do them tonight. I'm feeling much better today. Anyway guys, I hope you like the photo of the camel as well. Oh dear, it was his brother I was eating in the end. Oh dear. Okay guys, thank you. Bye now. Bye bye.